when do you reckon the CPI basket of goods will be just bread, water, and rent? Inflation back within range, but no more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I quite often see those people come around with their little checklist, just checking on the prices. It's how they calculate how inflation's going and that sort of thing. They look at a range of key consumer products.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, if Willis just keeps on cutting products out of it. Yeah, milk's all we judge inflation on now. Not cheese. Don't put cheese in there. But yeah, like the stats are not good. Like I saw someone commenting on the amount of people that are looking for work on Seek and the amount of positions that are available, even for quite basic jobs like what was it? Uh, it was like an OPSM or something like that was opening a location up in Auckland, and they had like 4 part-time positions, and Seek was saying that they'd had something like 450 applicants.
Holy moly.
Um, so yeah, this sort of stuff is just it's cascading, and we've had people on the show that said, if employment goes over 5.5, 6, that is a government choice that they set in action. It is a cascading factor at that point.
Hmm.
When you get above 6, society gets a bit squirrely. When you get above 10 percent
Oh.
unemployment,
Hmm.
then you have some real like bar the doors sort of things happen.
Yeah, it's where Wellington is at the moment. 10% of Wellington's population is currently unemployed.
Jesus.
That was last year that stat came out.
Yeah. So Kiwi Bank, Carl's here saying Kiwi Bank expects 5.1% unemployment being announced tomorrow.
Jeez. And there's
Yep.
only so long that those banks will be able to support people that are defaulting on mortgages or can't pay their mortgages essentially. So, how long until the
Yep.
banks say we can't prop these people up enough because we're not getting enough income because people aren't using
Yep.
have no money coming through the banks. Like,
That's a stat when you see that being mentioned, people defaulting on their mortgages. That's a really important stat to look at.
yeah,
Mortgagee sales and stuff like that. That's people getting their entire lives rinsed.
yeah.
Now,
I think last time I looked at
banks
it,
usually do a pretty good job to avoid that.
yeah.
But when they can't avoid that, that again, that's one of those cascading effects that austerity really just brings to the front.
I think last time we looked at it, there wasn't a whole number of mortgagee sales, which was good because banks don't want that. But uh, yeah, was it October 1st? Headline says 19,000 payments overdue for mortgage. That was October last year. There was
Yeah.
19,000 overdue. So there's 19,000 households essentially. Um, so yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that number continues. Nothing recently, so. But I imagine because
Yeah.
the official cash rate, not the cash rate, the interest rate is expected to be announced next week. I think it was.
Yeah. And I would imagine that we get update on those stats probably in the run up to the budget. So that'll be interesting.
Interest.co.nz 11 hours ago, 3%. Living cost rises 3% for the average Kiwi household. And then with the tariff war, economists are a bit wary about what is going to happen. Um, oh look, it's our favourite man with the wind blowing.
Oh, look at that.
Lenny, look at that. Look at you go.
Of course,
Yeah.
Louise Upson announcing more sanctions for beneficiaries. That should
Yep.
fix it. Yep.
Mhm.
So again, more pointless tick boxing. That they have to prove that they are actively applying for jobs, and now rolling out that they have to do day-long courses over a series of 5 weeks. And again, the question is, like, bringing out that example of that employer advertising for 4 jobs and getting 450 applicants. Where are the jobs?
Yeah.
Like, traditionally, when you look at times of really high unemployment, the government generally finds something for people to do. That's where you get your big public works projects and that sort of thing. In the Depression, we started building fucking railways and highways and dams and tunnels just to
Did
put
we?
people to work. Yep,
Hmm.
absolutely. The same sort of thing in
That
the
sounds like putting
US.
money in, though, not
Yes,
cutting. That sounds like
yes.
investment,
Is
not
it?
cutting.
Isn't this crazy? Isn't it? Isn't this crazy? That a government managing an economy is counterintuitive. When times get tough, you spend money. You don't cut it. But it's like that fucking SpongeBob meme. And it's like, how many times do we have to tell you, old man? Like, it's this should be carved in rock at this point. Undeniable law of economics. This is what you need to do. It's not a business. It doesn't work like a business. You are not a business. You are managing a society and an economy, and it's different. This is what happens when you get right-wing governments that are full of business people that think the government works like a business, and it fucking doesn't. Never has, never will. They just keep trying.
Yep. I wonder if Labour get in next time, which God freaking help me.
Got to work.
I'm
They're
hoping that they have to work hard. It's not a given. And I really hope that Trump sets alarm bells and people see the parallels between what he is doing and what the government is doing. And they go, actually, this doesn't look so good for them. I hope we're not going in the same direction. Maybe we should pivot to the other side again. But how much damage will this government do that it'll hamper the efforts of the next government to actually be able to fix it in 3 years? It's going to put us in a hell of a lot of debt to fix it, right?
The question for me is, when is someone on the left going to learn the lesson? What they're doing now is not working, and that this is a global fucking thing. Is that again the like all of these left wing, and it's all relative. Someone jumped on me for the comment of talking about the American left, the Democrats. Yes, the Democrats are right wing for us. It's fucking crazy, but they're for want of a better term, left wing in the American space. But they all do the thing that they're trying to be the adult. They're trying to be the people that make compromise, and that's how we get cross-party support. But it's all one-way traffic. Like, if you cross the floor to do something in the hope that they are going to cross the floor for something that you find important, they're not fucking going to. And like all of these left-wing governments, I think, are not learning the lessons that their right-wing counterparts are when it comes to someone like Trump. Like, Trump is not an unknown thing. We've had people like Trump before, populists, ignorant strongmen. I saw a thing today actually about how Trump is the perfect African president. And they took quotes from him that just mirror what Idi Amin said about himself, that he was the smartest and people like him and he's got all the money. He's got the best brain. So, yeah, we've seen these strong men before. It's the reason that Trump likes them so much. Like, he likes Kim Jong-un because he's a man. He likes Putin. He wants to be like that. He's like Mussolini. He's read Mein Kampf, for fuck's sake. We have seen these people before. And then the left-wing guys, they don't go, oh, okay, we need to be a little bit more 1930s about this whole thing. We're a people's workers movement. We need to be agitating for better wage and conditions. We need to support unemployed workers. We need to do this, that, and the other thing. We need to stop these authority figures backsliding our countries into fascism because being nice isn't working. Like, how many times do you have to be nice before you realize that it's not fucking working and they're taking liberties. America's learning that lesson in fucking real time because they have given the keys to the castle to a foreign tech billionaire who believes that the things that make things work are a framework to be destroyed. And he's going to do it on the weekend because the government doesn't work on the weekend. So the guys on the right wing everywhere else they're taking notes. What Trump's doing is working. What he's getting away with. What's the left doing? Hoping that they can work with the right wing team and come from a point of consensus, and they burn everything to the ground.